Check. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for tuning in today to this inaugural Viking baseball live stream. I'm going to be calling the games. My name is Dylan Barnes. I'm a senior here at Homewood-Flossmoor High School. And today, the Vikings are going to be playing the Lincoln Park Lions. And this is how the Vikings are going to roll them out there today against Lincoln Park. We got David Anderson, a senior, on the bump. His battery mate is Chris Webb, number 23, also a senior. Around the infield, you got Demir Heidelberg, a sophomore at first base. That's Isaiah White out there at second base, Robert Tate at short, and Caden Wesley at third. In the outfield, you got Bennett Reich in left, Jason Ballard in center, and Josh Moore in right. And the DH for today is Luke Griggs. So it's going to be a good game. Let's get things underway soon. All right, let's get things underway. Anderson started the first game of the season against, I believe it was Eisenhower for the Vikings. He went 4 innings, did not allow a run, en route to a 19-0 win for the Vikings. And there's ball 1, low. Anderson has a fastball, slider, curveball, changeup mix, your standard 4 pitches. He's got a lot of run on that fastball, though. Just low for ball 2. Anderson into the windup. The 2-0. Swung on and missed. Popped out of Chris Webb's glove there. Anderson looking to even the count here, or maybe get a weak ground ball out. The pitch. Fouled back. 2-2. This is where Anderson excels. His breakers and off speed are next level. His slider especially is his best pitch. Let's see if he can put him away. The 2-2. Curveball just a bit high. So that brings the count to 3-2. It's never a good sign to walk the leadoff batter, and especially not to start the game. So hopefully Anderson can get out of this one. Fouled back. He just barely got a piece of that one. Had him way out in front. This is definitely a fastball count, so I'm not surprised that he was a little out in front of that heater from Anderson. All right, let's do it again. The full count pitch. Swung on and missed. It was a fastball above the zone. Anderson starts off the game with a K. That's a really good sign for Anderson. If he can control his fastball and just pinpoint those off speeds, he's going to be in great shape today. Late swing there, fouled away towards the Viking dugout. It definitely is a chilly one today. We got the wind blowing out to left field at around 20 to 30 miles per hour. The 0-1 from Anderson. Fastball outer third, strike 2. Let's see if he can put him away now. 0-2. Got to go to a breaker here. That looked like a changeup. Spiked in the dirt. Good block by Chris Webb. But Anderson's still ahead in the count, 1-2. But yeah, anything in the air today is going to move a lot as the wind is howling today out to left field. Swung on and missed a fastball, ate him up. 2 down here in the top of the first, 2 Ks for Anderson. That's always a really good sign when you can battle back from down, I believe it was 2-0 to the first batter, and then strike out him and also the next batter. Fastball just a little outside there. Looked good from up here. The 1-0. Fastball right there, strike 1. Evens the count up at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball by him. Fastball around neck level. Just too fast for him to catch up with. Anderson looking to strike out the side in the top of the first. Oh, good take on I believe that was a slider in the dirt. But now this is where you go after him. 2-2. See if he can strike him out on a fastball like he did the other 2 batters. The pitch. Fastball. Ground ball right back to David. His hat falls off. Makes the play. A 1-2-3 top of the first inning for the Vikings. And no score at the end of the top of the first. All right, leading things off here in the bottom of the first for the Vikings is the second baseman, Isaiah White. White has led off each of the last 2 games, and he has been a darn good leadoff hitter. He is batting .500 on the season. Let's see if he can extend that on-base streak. He squares bunt, pulls back for ball 1, a little bit high. He also leads the team in hit by pitches with 3 through only 2 games. The 1-0. Hit it in the air to center field. Center fielder going back on it. Near the wall, and it's going to fall. White is going to stand on second with a leadoff double for the Vikings. That wind definitely playing a factor early in the game here for the Vikings, as that ball just hung up there forever, and the wind blew that probably farther than the center fielder had initially thought it was going to be.
Shortstop, number 2, Robert Tate.
Robert Tate now stepping in for the Vikings. Tate has also batted second every single game of this young season so far. He's batting .625 on the year with 2 doubles, which is leading the team. He leads the team in extra base hits with 4. See if he can drive in White here from second. Ball just a bit low. Tate leads the team in RBIs too with 6. A good sign here for the Vikings, as you always want your best run scorer in front of your best run producer. Swung on, hit up into right center field. Center fielder going back on it. Goodbye, baseball. Robert Tate hits the 4th pitch of the game out to straightaway center field, and the Vikings take a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the 1st, and Tate knew it. He bat flipped immediately, doing a little Euro step into home, and the Vikings take an early lead. He's celebrating with his teammates, and that's just an awesome sight to see. Tate is hot right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Number 5, Jason Ballard.
Jason Ballard now stepping in. He's batting 1,000 on the year. He has not gotten out this year at all, which is very impressive. Fouled back. He looked like he wanted to get in on the home run party here right after Tate, which I don't blame him with the wind blowing out to left field as it is. If you put a ball anywhere in the air, it's gonna go. The 0-1 pitch. Off speed, low for ball 1. That Tate home run was big for the Vikings, as they needed those runs to get out ahead early, have Anderson pitching with a lead, as the 1-1 is fouled down the third base line. Anderson has never not pitched with a lead except in the top of the 1st. In the bottom of the 1st inning of the Eisenhower game, the Vikings scored 5. So when he comes back out on the mound, he will have a lead here in the 2nd inning. There's a strike, and Ballard K's looking. Maybe it didn't look like the best pitch from our vantage point, but we're not behind the plate. And now stepping in the third baseman, Caden Wesley.
Work with me on these names. I'm here for you.
Wesley
Ballard.
This is his first start of the year. He's got 2 pinch hit appearances. He's also batting 1,000 as he pops one into right field. Right fielder coming on it, now back, and it falls. It's going to go as E9, and Wesley is going to try for third, and he is going to be gunned out at third. Wesley, not the fastest player, as he was attempting to get a triple on an error, but he probably should have stayed at second. And now the first baseman, not Demir Heidelberg. This is, this is Demir Heidelberg now stepping in for the Vikings.
First baseman, number 31, Demir Heidelberg.
Heidelberg is the only sophomore on this Vikings team. It's a team made up of 23 seniors and only 3 non-seniors, 2 juniors and 1 sophomore in Heidelberg. Heidelberg has started all 3 games for the Vikings as he takes a ball low. He's batting .800, 4 for 5 on the year. All 4 of his hits are singles. So let's see if he can barrel one up into the air here. See if it can travel like Rob Tate did. Heidelberg takes low for ball 2. He's got a very orange bat. I can see that from space almost. The 2-0. Swung on, and that ball is hit very sharply into left field. It's going to get over the left fielder's head, but not leave the yard. Heidelberg motoring towards second, and he's going to be in there with a 2-out double. And like I said, that is his first extra base hit of the year, as all 4 of his other hits had been singles before that. So
Right fielder number
getting
6,
that slugging percentage.
Josh Moore.
The right fielder, Josh Moore, stepping in. Moore is 2 for 4 on the year. He's got a clutch go-ahead home run against not go-ahead. It blew the game wide open against Simeon on Friday, I believe. It went from a 3-run game to a 7-run game. No, excuse me, a 4-run game to a 7-run game, as he had a 3-run absolute moonshot over the scoreboard. See if he can replicate that right here. Ooh, fastball. That looked pretty good. But he takes it for strike 1. The Vikings looking to add more than 2 in the top of the first. Rob Tate homered already. Let's see if Josh Moore can knock in Demir Heidelberg from second base. The 0-1. Swung on, fouled back along the first base line. That looked like an emergency swing there from Moore, as it was a curveball that was breaking in on his hands. Seemed to just be protecting. See if he can flare one down the right field line for a little bloop single. And with Moore's speed, you never know. That single could turn into more. Moore is very fast. As he takes a curveball high. The 1-2 to Josh Moore. Ball high, 2-2. Moore looking to extend this Vikings lead just from 2 to 3 or potentially even 4 here in the bottom of the first inning. A 2-2 count. 2 outs, runner on second. Pitcher steps off. Heidelberg bouncing around there over by second base, getting in his head a bit. The 2-2. Fastball up and out, full count to Josh Moore. The catcher, Chris Webb, stands waiting on deck, waiting his turn. But Josh Moore looking to get his turn at rounding the bases like Rob Tate did. Moore calls time, and pretty good, as that pitch was right down the middle. Probably would have been strike 3 if he hadn't swung. Three and two. 2 outs. Runner on second. 2-0 Vikings. The pitch. Fastball, upstairs, ball 4. Josh Moore with a 2-out walk. And now Chris Webb stepping up to the dish. He's the catcher, the battery mate of starting pitcher David Anderson.
Catcher number 23, Chris Webb.
This is Webb's first plate appearance of the young 2023 season. Let's see if he can make it a memorable one. I don't know if you can see that flag above the scoreboard, but it is whipping around out there. So if he can pull a fly ball, that thing is going to travel. Up and out for ball 1. And there's going to be a mound visit, as he's been inconsistent here to start the bottom of the first. Maybe that wind playing a factor, because as a lefty, that wind is blowing right in his face as he's throwing. Umpire coming out there to break it up, get this game going again. All right, the 1-0 to Chris Webb. Pitch. Fastball, upstairs again. Having a bit of control issues here. 2-0 on the Vikings' 7-hitter, Chris Webb. The 2-0. Upstairs again, 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes After the Heidelberg double, Moore worked a full count walk, and he has not thrown a strike yet to Chris Webb. Luke Griggs, the powerful DH, on deck. 3-0. Ball 4 upstairs, threw 4 of the exact same pitch to Webb. Webb did not swing at a single one of them. So now we got a bases loaded opportunity here for Luke Griggs.
Hitter, number 0, Luke Griggs.
Griggs has a lot of power, and as anyone can, he can hit one out of here in a hurry. Especially with that wind, he could put one over the scoreboard. That is not out of the question for him at all. Fastball upstairs yet again. That's 5 in a row of the exact same pitch. And you can't exactly call off speed when you don't have control of your breaking ball. When you don't have control of your fastball. The 1-0. Griggs hits a ground ball in between short and third. Shortstop makes a nice play, but Griggs is too fast, beats it out the throw to first, and the Vikings add on another run here in the bottom of the first. 3-0. And the bases are still loaded. It was almost a spectacular play by the shortstop.
Left fielder
But
number
Griggs
19,
just too fast, beats it out.
Reich.
Bennett Reich now stepping in, and Moore's going to try and steal home, and he is going to be thrown out at the plate. Moore trying to use those wheels to get another run. Top of the second now. Vikings have a 3-0 lead thanks to a 3-run bottom of the first inning. Anderson looking to continue that 1-2-3 inning he had in the top of the first as a fastball is swung on and missed. Very violent swing there. He was looking to get in on the home run fun. Anderson ahead 0-1. The pitch. Fastball just a little low, maybe a bit inside too. Not a bad pitch. Count is even, 1-1. Ball up, 2-1. Steady diet of fastballs here today for Anderson. I believe he's only thrown a handful of breaking balls. As here's the 2-1 pitch. Fastball swung on, fouled back, 2-2. But especially early on in the season, you just want to get your fastball over, as the fastball can be one of the most important pitches, if not the most important pitch, for a starting pitcher or just any pitcher in general. Establishing that fastball command can then set up those off-speed. The 2-2. Anderson looking to strike him out. Fastball just barely outside. Looked good from our vantage point. That brings the count to a full count, 3-2. The pitch. Fastball. Ooh, close one there. As he loses the first batter of the second inning on a full count walk. He's gone full count to both leadoff batters of both innings. But then he's settled down with a strikeout and a ground out last inning. Let's see if he can replicate that here this inning. The 0-0. Fastball in there, strike one. Anderson from the stretch. The 0-1. Fastball up again. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. Swung under a fastball, and Anderson has a 1-2 count. See if he can strike him out and then induce the next player to ground into a double play. Or get a ground ball double play right here. Fastball outside, 2-2. Middle infielders Tate and White are definitely pinching towards second base, setting up that double play. As the 2-2. Fouled, and did Webb catch that? I believe he did. No, he did not. Foul ball, I was going to say. A little bit of confusion right here. As I think the batter fouled it off, but Webb didn't catch it cleanly. I think he bobbled it, but then still came up with it before it hit the ground. So if that's what happened, then that should be a strikeout. But I didn't have a clear viewpoint of it. Umpires discussing it over. And yes, he's going to be called out on strikes. That was what happened. He foul tipped it. Webb had a little bit of trouble coming up with it, but after the bobble, secured it. So now the umpire explaining to the Lincoln Park head coach what happened. He just wants a little bit of explanation as to why his player got punched out. I mean, nothing he can do about it. I guess he's just asking for a little bit of explanation, but that shouldn't take more than a few seconds. But all right, now let's get back to baseball. Got a runner on first, one out, top of the second here. The Vikings up 3-0 on the Lincoln Park Lions. Anderson comes set. The pitch. Fastball, fouled back. Strike one. Anderson has yet to allow a hit in this early game. We're not going to jinx him, but now that we have said it, that probably will happen. The 0-1 pitch. Back up slider. Maybe looking to front door him a little bit. Just got a little high on it. The 1-1 from Anderson. Swung on, fouled back. Anderson ahead 1-2. He's getting to a lot of two-strike counts, but I think he only has 2 punch-outs with the foul tip out and the strikeout of the first hitter of the game. But lots of two-strike counts, which for a pitcher this early in the season is always good. Means you're throwing strikes. As there's a curveball, got him. Looking. Outer third, good frame by Chris Webb. 2 outs here for the Vikings. That was a beautiful slider curveball, whatever you want to call it. It was a strike. Anderson looking to get out of this with no damage. Fastball, fouled back. The 0-1 pitch from David Anderson. Breaker just barely outside. Batter wanted it, but he smartly chose to lay off of it. Anderson looking to get out of this inning with no runs, no hits. The 1-1. Fouled back again. Anderson's fastball is getting a lot of late swings, which is always good, as that means that they're not catching up to it, which you can throw it all day, and unless they adjust, they're not going to catch up to it. And then once they adjust, you just throw more off speed. Good fastball can set up good off speed. The 1-2 from David Anderson. Fastball fouled straight back. That went over our heads, so it was really high up there. The 1-2 again from Anderson, asking Webb to come out. Maybe a little mix-up on signs, maybe what they want to throw here. Maybe the runner on first base has their signs. Who knows? Anderson, come set. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled back. Emergency swing, just barely got a piece of that one. That was a curveball. We'll do the 1-2 for a fourth time. Fouled back again, and we'll do it for a fifth time. Anderson pounding the zone, but he just can't seem to put him away. Hopefully you can get him right here. All right, you know what count it is. The 1-2 from David Anderson. Fastball swung on, past a diving White into center field. Ballard has trouble coming up with it, and that's going to allow the runner to advance to third base. So it's going to go single E8 on that advancement to third. But now the Lions are threatening a bit as they have the tying run up to the plate. And that's just a good at-bat right there, as he fouled off 5 consecutive 1-2 pitches and then eventually shoots a single to center field and allows the Lions to have first and third with 2 outs. Runners on the corners. Webb going out just to make sure everybody knows the signs in case the runner on first tries to steal. Anderson from the stretch. Ball low, good block by Webb. Anything in the dirt here you got to be careful with a runner on third, because a pass ball can easily lead to a run, especially with these bricks we have behind home plate here. Anything hits it, it could go any direction it wants. The 1-0. Fastball hit into center field. Ballard going back on it, and he's going to make a leaping grab right before the warning track. Jason Ballard puts it away for out number 3. And in the middle of the second inning, it is the Vikings 3 and the Lions nothing. If he can turn something over to the top of the lineup in Isaiah White as he takes ball 1 outside. The 1-0. Ball 2. Reich, this is also his first at-bat of the season as he takes ball 3. 3-0. Some parents and players not too happy with that call, but it's been consistent. The zone has. The 3-0. Right down the middle for a strike. Reich probably had the take sign. The 3-1 to Bennett Reich. Ball low as a leadoff walk is a great start to the second inning for the Vikings, as now you have your leadoff batter in Isaiah White coming up to the dish.
Second baseman, number 13, Isaiah White.
White hit that high fly ball into center field that ended up falling for a double in front of Rob Tate's home run in the bottom of the first. Let's see if he can do it again here in the bottom of the second. Man on first, nobody out. The pitch. Did he go around? I believe he did. You're going to say no, he did not go around, as the count is 1-0. Pick-off attempt to first. Reich back in there without any trouble. Reich not the fastest player, but he does have some speed. The 1-0 to Isaiah White. Nope. Pick-off attempt again. As clearly worried about Bennett Reich over there at first. Doesn't have the biggest lead, but it's not exactly small either. Pick-off attempt again, as Reich is out of your view, actually, so you can't see how big his lead is, but it's nothing crazy. It's maybe a 2-step lead. Yeah. It is definitely nothing to be worried about, as he finally throws a pitch, and it's a ball. 2-0. Maybe you should go back to picking off more. Could throw it over there just fine. But the 2-0 pitch to Isaiah White. Fastball, 3-0. Vikings looking to go back-to-back walks here to start the second inning in front of Rob Tate on deck, who, as you know, hit the home run to center field in the bottom of the first. The 3-0 to Isaiah. Ball 4 upstairs, as I believe we're going to have a pitching change now. And yes, we are. So we'll step out. We'll be right back with more Viking baseball. All right, first batter for the new pitcher is going to be the shortstop, Robert Tate. Tate hit a towering home run to straightaway center field in the first inning. Looking to replicate that as he takes a fastball right there for strike one. And after looking at those warm-up pitches that he was throwing, I don't blame Tate for taking that first pitch. Prove to him that he can throw a strike, which he can. The 0-1. Curveball, not going to be a strike, and Reich is going to be thrown out at third base, attempting to steal on a pass ball. White moves up to second, but Reich is thrown out at third. So I believe they called that a ball, too. That looked good. Yeah, it is 1-1. It looked good from up here, but apparently not from down there. This is the exact same situation that Tate was in the bottom of the first, so let's see if he can do it again. The 1-1. Inside, off the umpire. And that ball's still live as Isaiah White is going to take third. Everybody was so worried about the umpire that they just sort of forgot about the ball and Isaiah White. So now a ground ball does the job for the Vikings, as pretty much anything gets that run in. And I wonder if this meeting with Coach McCarthy is about maybe dropping down a sacrifice bunt. I know Coach Mack loves to bunt, but after what Tate did in the bottom of the first, I don't know if you want to take the bat out of his hands. It's 2-1, so Tate still ahead in the count. Two one. Grounded foul down the third base line, and that evens the count up 2-2 to number 2, Rob Tate. Batting 2 in the bottom of the second. Twos all over the place. Tate flares one in foul territory. The first baseman makes the play. Little bloop shot right there from Tate, looking just to protect maybe, but ended up popping it up.
Center fielder number 5, Jason Ballard.
Now stepping in is the center fielder, Jason Ballard. Ballard has been hot recently as he steps off. In the bottom of the second, as Isaiah White is on third. There's a fastball over the head of the catcher as it bounces right back to the pitcher off those bricks, and White cannot go anywhere. Ballard is 0 for 1 on the day. He's struck out looking in the bottom of the first, so he probably wants to amend that. This is the 1-0 pitch. Curveball, maybe just a bit high. It buckled Ballard, but it turned out to be a good take. The 2-0 pitch to Jason Ballard. Fastball outside. Here comes White, and he is going to score. The Vikings add on another one. It's 4-0 on the wild pitch from the Lions. And now Ballard has a 3-0 count on him and no stress about worrying about driving in the run from third. So now he can just get on base and start the rally all over again. The 3-0 pitch. Ball 4 outside. Jason Ballard draws a 2-out walk, and that's going to send Caden Wesley up to the dish, the third baseman.
Third baseman number 11, Caden Wesley.
Wesley had a little flare into right field that the right fielder dropped, and he was thrown out trying to advance to third. But he's put some good swings on the ball in the past. He had a go-ahead single against Simeon on Friday in the bottom of the fifth. But it's the bottom of the second here today, as he is going to get hit by a pitch. A curveball hits Wesley in the back, and he's going to take first base. And now Demir Heidelberg, number 31, the first baseman.
First baseman number 31, Demir Heidelberg.
There's going to be a meeting on the mound, well, off the mound. But the umpire, the pitcher, the catcher, and the opposing team's head coach are all discussing something. And for whatever reason, the first baseman has come over to talk. Don't know what that's about. They're still over there talking about whatever. If I knew, I would update you all, but sadly, I do not. If you can hear that, we have the Jeopardy sound effects going in the stadium right now, as it appears that this delay is coming to an end. So let's play baseball. So, Demir Heidelberg, runners on first and second, 2 outs, bottom of the second here for the Vikings. The pitch. Fastball in there for strike one. Heidelberg doubled on a line drive to the left fielder in his first at bat. Hopefully he can stay hot, as there goes the runner, and he is going to be in there with a stolen base as Wesley takes second behind him. Ballard with a great jump to take third, and Wesley didn't exactly know that the steal sign was on, if it even was on. Ballard just had a great jump, just timed him up right, and then Wesley followed him to second. So now, 2 runners in scoring position for Heidelberg. See if he can drive them both in. The 1-1. Fastball upstairs, ball 2. The 2-1 pitch to Demir Heidelberg. Fastball upstairs, ball 3. Josh Moore waiting on deck. He walked his first appearance, but he has shown his power this season already with a home run in just 2 games. The 3-1 pitch to Heidelberg. Fastball inside. That's going to load the bases for Josh Moore. And if Moore hits one into the gap, all of these runners, except for the one on second, can fly. So it's going to be multiple runs here for the Vikings as another meeting on the mound is taking place. That's, I believe, number 4 on the day. Are they going to change pitchers? That's what it's looking like. Maybe an injury. Seems to be wiping something off of his pitching hand. Maybe a blister, bloody nail. Lots of delays here in the bottom of the second. But the Vikings are up 4-0 against the Lincoln Park Lions. As we wait to see what this delay is all about. As I believe he's going to stay in the game. Yes, he is.
Yes.
Probably was just a little bit of blood on the hand. Maybe a cut. But nevertheless, the Vikings have the bases loaded with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. And Josh Moore is going to be the new batter for the Vikings.
Whatever you want in there, and then you hit enter.
Moore looking to blow this game wide open. One swing could extend it to an 8-run lead. But any runs are important for the Vikings, as there's ball 1, low and away.
Mic's on. Just no mic.
Yeah. Mike was on. Moore grounds one towards third, and it's going to be foul, just barely. That's probably good news for the Vikings, as that ball probably would have gotten Caden Wesley out at third. It was right there for the third baseman to field it cleanly and then step on third. But the count is 1-1 on Josh Moore. Moore looking to do some damage here in the bottom of the second. And the Vikings are up 7-0 here in the bottom of the second. That ball was just hit so sharply down the right field line that it hit the ground and just stuck in there, and then the right fielder overran it. So that allowed Moore to get to third and Heidelberg to score. So now the Vikings have taken control of this game in only the bottom of the second. And they're not done yet, as Chris Webb stands in with a runner on third and 2 outs. Webb takes a fastball inside, ball 1. Webb walked his first time up on 4 straight pitches. So he's seen 5 consecutive balls. And there's his first strike that he sees today. Webb looking to do even more damage for the Vikings here in the bottom of the second. The 1-1. Fastball low. Here comes Moore to the plate. He's going to be in there. 8-0 Vikings on the wild pitch from the Lions. Josh Moore takes home on a wild pitch. And now Chris Webb, with nobody on, looking to continue that rally that the Vikings have going on. A 5-run second inning here for the Vikings. A 2-1 to Chris Webb. Fastball upstairs, ball 3. Webb has not swung at a pitch this game, but he has not had a good pitch to swing at. The 3-1. Inside, ball 4. Webb with his second walk of the game, and that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Luke Griggs.
Designated hitter number 0, Luke Griggs.
Griggs singled on a ground ball to the shortstop last time up. He is that was his first at bat of the year, and he is looking to continue that hot streak, mini hot streak, if you will. He's got runner on first and 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Pickoff attempt. Webb slides in there safely.
Got it? Yeah. Oh, this is nice. Thank you.
That's a little less windy up here. There's more BS falling up here, but it's a little less.
Is it?
Griggs stands in. New count.
Reminds me of Pleasant Valley.
Pickoff attempt again. They're clearly worried over there about Chris Webb. Has not even thrown a pitch to Griggs here. Griggs has the power to do anything as he takes a fastball up. He has the power to put one over the scoreboard pretty easily, if I might say. But he is ahead in the count, 1-0. A 5 spot for the Vikings in the second inning puts them up 8-0. The 1-0 to Griggs in there for strike 1. Griggs looking to do some damage here. Pickoff attempt again over there to first. Almost got away from the first baseman, but he makes a nice play to stop it. Vikings looking to extend the lead from 8 to potentially more than that as Griggs fouls one down the third base line. Griggs has that power and speed combo, so if he hits a ball into the gap, he's going to be standing on second or potentially even third. His biggest holdup is Chris Webb on first, as he takes a fastball upstairs. But if he's just out there able to run free, he can stand on third in close to 10 seconds. A 2-2. Ball 3 outside. Full count, 2 outs, runner on second base, runner on first base. He's going to be in motion. That's Chris Webb over there on first. The full count pitch. Ball 4 inside, a little check swing there from Griggs, and he did not go. Left fielder number 19, Bennett Reich. Bennett Reich now stepping in for the Vikings. He can do some damage here. He can send one into the gap, scoring both Webb and Griggs. Oh, upstairs, ball one. Top of the order is up next with Isaiah White. So if he can turn it over to White with bases loaded or potentially runners on first and third, first and second, who knows? But if he can turn it over, White's been hot. As he takes a ball low, brings the count to 2-0. A 2-0 to Bennett Reich. In there for strike one. Reich walked last time up. That was actually this inning. The Vikings have batted around now here in the bottom of the second. So Bennett looking to keep things going as he swings and misses at a slider low. 2-2. Might not have been a slider, but it was a low pitch. 2-2, 2 outs, runners on first and second. The pitch. Inside, full count. The runners will be in motion now on the pitch. So if Wright can send one into the outfield, good chance Webb can score from second. The full count pitch. Inside, ball four. The bases are going to be loaded for leadoff hitter Isaiah White.
Second baseman, number 13, Isaiah White.
White walked his last time up earlier this inning, and he doubled in the bottom of the first to start things off for the Vikings on the right foot. But now he's up with the bases loaded and 2 outs, looking to break this game even more wide open than it already is. Ball one, low and outside. White, like anybody in this lineup, has the power to hit one out. Just a matter of getting under it and letting the wind do all the work. The 1-0 pitch. Ground ball to third base. Fields it cleanly, steps on third for the out. And that's going to do it for the Vikings here in the bottom of the second. They put up 5 and now lead it 8-0 over the Lincoln Park Lions. All right, folks, sorry about that technical difficulty. It's just a one-man show, so I have to announce and do all the camera stuff. But there is a runner on first and third with one out here in the top of the third. Anderson has allowed a few hits in this inning. That's just to catch you up. It's a new batter. There's one out. If Anderson can get a ground ball, he can likely get out of the inning. This is top of the order, though. I believe this is their second hitter.
I think it's 3. No, you're right. Lefties are 4.
This is their 3 hitter, excuse me. But the 0-0 count and the pitch. Fastball in there for strike 1. Looked like he bailed out of that first pitch. Anderson has been throwing strikes this inning, though, so a little bit confusing there. Pickoff attempt to first. Everybody safe. The 0-1 pitch. Anderson comes set. He delivers. Fastball in there, outer third, strike 2. He's up 0-2 on the batter. Let's see if he can punch him out right here. Anderson has gotten a lot of strikeouts on that fastball. Heavy dose of it today. Let's see if he does it again. Curveball in there for strike 3. He got him to turn away and give up on that curveball. But now there's 2 outs now. If he can get out of here with no runs allowed, that would be big for the Vikings. The 0-0 pitch. Fastball in the dirt, ball 1. This is definitely a hitter that can do some damage, so you don't want to leave a curveball right down the middle or even a fastball right down the middle. But you also don't want to pitch around him. As fastball grounded up the middle. Tate to Isaiah, no, I believe that is Jacob Gunn to Robert Tate, gets him on the force out. So at the end of the top of the third, it is the Vikings 8 and the Lions 0. Robert Tate's going to lead off here in the bottom of the third. He homered in the bottom of the first. See if he can replicate that with another homer of his own. Fastball just a bit outside. Tate has been hot all year through these 3 games, and that's always nice to see as he takes a curveball in the dirt for ball 2. The 2-0. Fastball in there for strike 1. Rob Tate looking to continue his hot streak that he's on. Fastball just a bit upstairs, 3-1. Going out for another mound visit. This team loves their mound visits. Tate looking to lead things off right for the Vikings as they've gotten their leadoff batter on in each of the last 2 innings, seeing if Tate can make it a third. It's looking good for him right now as he only needs one more ball to draw a leadoff walk. And he fouls one away down the right field line. Not a bad swing there from Tate. Fastball hunting, got it. Count is full on the shortstop, Tate, as he takes ball 4 upstairs, and for the 3rd inning in a row, the leadoff man is on for the Vikings. And now we got a pinch hitter coming into the game, Terrence Stewart.
Number 7, Terrence Stewart.
He's taking over center field duties for Jason Ballard. He fouls one off. First pitch. This is Terrence's first AB of the young season. He's looking to make it memorable for him. Pickoff attempt. Back in there safely is Tate. The 1 high to Stewart. Pickoff attempt. Catcher tried to backpick Tate there. Got it back in safely. Terrence goes by TJ to his teammates and friends. Is down 0-2. As he fouls one down the third base side. That's going to bring the count to 1-2. Excuse me. The 1-2 pitch to Stewart. Pickoff attempt yet again. Didn't even throw the ball that time. Clearly Tate is definitely a hot topic over there at first base, even though has not stolen a base so far this game. As ball 2 is in the dirt. Trying to get Stewart to chase. Does not. Two and 2 on Stewart. Tate extending that lead over there at first. Fastball hit high in the air. Is that going to get out of play? It will. So Stewart fights off the 2-2 pitch. And we'll do it all over again. Rob Tate on first. TJ Stewart up to bat. 8-0 Vikings. And Stewart gets tied up on a slider that he thought was strike 3. He started walking back to the dugout. But the umpire says no. Full count now to Stewart. Stewart thought that was strike 3, and he took a step towards the Vikings dugout until he didn't hear the umpire punch him out. So he stayed in the box. And now he hits one into left field. That's going to fall for a single. Tate is going to be held up at second after taking a wide turn. But Stewart hits a line drive single into left field, and the Vikings are brewing yet again.
Third baseman, number 11, Caden Wesley.
Wesley, who is 0 for 1 on the day as one of his at-bats, he was hit by a pitch. Looking to knock in a few runs here for the Vikings as he takes a fastball upstairs for ball 1. Wesley is known for not having the best speed, but he does have a big bat as he grounds one foul. He can put one over the fence like anybody else in this lineup. There's a reason why he's batting 4 for the Vikings. The 1-1 pitch. Curveball in the dirt. Tate's going to take off for third, and he's going to slide in there safely. Stewart advances to second. Runners in scoring position now for the Vikings. Second and third, nobody out. So now a ground ball single into the outfield is going to do the job, and plate 2 for the Vikings, extending their lead to potentially double digits. The 2-1 pitch to Caden Wesley. Bounced in there for ball 3. 3-1. Demir Heidelberg waits on deck. Heidelberg has been hot to start this year and in this game. The 3-1. Ball 4 outside, and that's going to load the bases yet again for the Vikings. Vikings have loaded the bases multiple times today. Josh Moore cleared the bases on a triple last time.
First baseman, number 31, Demir Heidelberg.
Heidelberg walked and doubled his 2 times to the plate. He's going to send one into the air, right field. Right fielder camping under it. Tate's going to tag. He's going to attempt to score, and he's going to be in there safely. Stewart advances to third. Wesley stays right where he's at first. But the Vikings add on another one. 9-0 here in the bottom of the third. Now we have Nate Locker pinch hitting for Chris Webb, the catcher. So Locker's going to be behind the dish next inning.
Number 14, Nate Locker.
This is Locker's first at-bat of the season. So let's see. Oh, pickoff attempt. He's going to be in there safely. It was a quick move. It surprised me. But clearly not Caden Wesley over there at first. Yeah, this is Locker's first appearance of the season as he takes ball 1 outside. Locker looking to extend the Vikings' lead to double digits here. He takes strike 1. Locker takes ball 2 up, brings the count to 2-1. And excuse me, he is not pinch hitting for Chris Webb. Webb is on deck. He is hitting for Josh Moore, the right fielder. So he might be going to right field. Some things might be switched around, but he's up 3-1 in the count. Locker looking to load the bases or potentially clear them for Chris Webb. As he waves and misses at a fastball. A good 3-1 swing there from Locker. But now he's got a full count on him, 3-2. Nobody out here for the Vikings. Rob Tate at third, Caden Wesley at first. The full count. Swing and a miss from Locker. Locker goes down on strikes. But now the catcher, Chris Webb, is still in the game, and he's going to bat right now.
Catcher number 23, Chris Webb.
Webb, like Locker before him, looking to extend the lead to double digits here in the Vikings half of the third inning. He takes strike one at the knees. Not exactly a favorable pitch to hit, but it was in there, according to the home plate umpire. Oh, 1 to Chris Webb. He swings and hits one into center field. Center fielder going back at the track, at the wall. It's going to be off the top of the wall. Stewart is going to score easily. Wesley's going to go to third, and Chris Webb has himself a one-out double here. That extends the Vikings' lead to 10. That ball just barely stayed in the yard. It hit maybe 10 feet away from the top of the wall. He definitely had the wind on his side there. The wind helped that one blow out there.
Luke Griggs.
Now Luke Griggs looking to do even more damage as he has 2 runners in scoring position and only 1 out. A ball into the outfield plates at least 1. As he takes strike 1, and he knew it. He wanted that one back. He's looking to swing. The 0-1 to Griggs. Takes breaking ball out low and outside. Good stop there by the catcher to prevent Wesley from taking home, which might not have happened considering Wesley's speed, but I've seen crazier things happen. The 1-1. Swung on, hit a mile in the air. That's gonna? The left fielder doesn't see it until just now, and now he does. A little bit of a cross up there for the left fielder, but he ends up making the play, and that ends the Vikings half of the third inning. At the end of 3, it's the Vikings 10 and the Lions 0. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Vikings, number 30, Trent Roseborough. He is a junior, one of only 3 non-seniors on the team. but he's going to take the mound, replacing David Anderson after Anderson went 3 innings, allowed no runs, an all-around good performance from the Vikings right-hander. Roseboro starts things off with a foul ball straight back, gets ahead on the batter. And we do have some defensive substitutions. Nate Locker is in at catcher, and Chris Webb moves to right field from behind the dish. The 0-1 from Roseboro. Off speed in there. Ball 1. Just a tad inside. Roseboro does have a cutter that he likes to throw a decent amount. So perhaps that's what that pitch was. The 1-1. Fastball, just a bit high. 2-1. More than just a bit high, but high nonetheless. This is Roseboro's first appearance in a game this year as he spikes ball 3. The 3-1. In there for strike 2. Roseboro brings the count to a full 3-2. Looking to start things off with an out here in the top of the 4th. Ground ball, foul down the first base line. So we'll do it again. Full count pitch. Roseboro in the windup. And the pitch. Fastball hit on the ground to second base past a diving Jacob Gunn. That's going to be a single to start things off for the Lions here on the top of the 4th. So a leadoff single for the Lions, and they are hoping to maybe close this gap from 10 to something a bit more favorable for them. As Roseboro ties him up. Didn't get the call, though. As Locker goes out to chat with Roseboro. Perhaps Locker got crossed up there. That's why they didn't get the call. The 1-0 pitch from Trent Roseboro. Hit on the ground to short. White coming in. That's Rob Tate, excuse me, and he gets the out at first base. What a play by Rob Tate. He was going to cover second base, but then had to redirect himself and field that ground ball and make a spectacular play to get the runner at first. So that's the first out of the top of the 4th here for the Lions. Now the double play is out of the picture for the Vikings, but any out is always welcomed. Ground ball off the end of the bat, going to be just foul at first for Heidelberg. Roseboro looking to stop the damage from being done. The 0-1 pitch. In the dirt. Ball 1. The 1-1 pitch. Roseboro. 1 on, 1 out. Just low, ball 2. Looked to be good from here, maybe just a little low. The ump agreed with me. Should ump from up here. But the count is 2-1 now, and the pitch. Inside, ball 3. He does have an open base, but walks are never a good way to put people on. The 3-1 pitch. Ball high, ball 4. So that's going to put runners on first and second with only one out here for the Lions, but the double play is now back in the question. So if he can get soft ground ball to Gunn or Tate, that could be an easy 4-6-3 or 6-4-3 double play. So he gets a ground ball past a diving Heidelberg into right field. Runner's going to be waved home as it gets by Webb in right field, as that's going to score 1, and they're going to stop him at second and third with 1 out. That's going to go as a single E9 for Chris Webb out there in right field. That outfield is not exactly as good as turf, but Webb can't come up with it, and the Lions have scored a run. 10-1, top of the 4th. They've got runners on second and third with only 1 out. The runner on second took a big turn. I thought that if Gunn could get the ball at second, Tate would have been there for a pickoff attempt, as ball 1 is a bit inside. Roseboro trying to limit the damage. The 1-0. Ooh, look good. Umpire says no. Ball 2. The 2-0 pitch. Roseboro delivers and flares one down the right field line, foul. Two and 1 is the count. Lions with 2 runners in scoring position. The pitch. Just barely outside. 3 and 1. Roseboro's making good pitches, but just not getting the calls that he wants. The 3-1 pitch. Fouled back down the right field line. That's going to bring the count to a full count, 3 and 2. With only 1 out. Roseboro looking to make it 2. Come set. And here's the pitch. Fouled back down the right field line. We'll do it again. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ball 4. Bases are loaded now for the Lions here in the top of the 4th. Roseboro having a bit of command issues. But now the double play is back in order. As a ground ball to Roseboro, he can just fire on home to Nate Locker, who can then fire to first for a 1-2-3 double play. The pitch. Ooh, good pitch there from Roseboro. Didn't get the call. Count is 1-0. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. A little half swing there. Sorted him almost. It was a fastball up. But the count is 1-1 now. The 1-1. Fastball up again. Didn't get the swing. 2-1. Roseboro looking to limit the damage to only 1. The 2-1 pitch. just outside for ball 3. A bases loaded walk is not what you want as a pitcher. So let's see if Roseboro can get a strike here, maybe get a ground ball, just any sort of out. Ball 4 upstairs. That's going to bring in another run for the Lions, and the lead is only 8. I'm going to have a meeting on the mound. Pitching coach, Cunningham. Roseboro, maybe a little bit of nerves setting in. It is his first varsity appearance. So there's always that. But probably just telling him to go right at batters. He's got an 8-run cushion. One swing isn't going to change the game. He's not pitching in the bottom of the 9th of the World Series. He's just looking to just throw strikes. I would imagine that's the gist of what is happening on the mound right now. As a pitcher who has been in this situation before, that is likely what has just happened. Probably discussing what pitch he wants to start off with, how he wants to attack this next batter. But the bases are loaded still, with only 1 out here for the Lions. The pitch from Roseboro. In there for strike 1. That did not look like the best pitch from Roseboro, but got the call. That makes you wonder where all the other pitches that Roseboro threw just like that were, but one can only wonder. The 0-1 is hitting the air to center field. Stewart racing out, Tate racing back, and it's going to fall. Nobody's going to make the play, and it's going to be a bloop single for the Lions, and that's going to score 1. Everybody's okay, though, as Tate took a headfirst spill into the mud of the outfield, but didn't get stepped on or anything, so that's always good. But the Lions have scored 3 here in the top of the 4th, 10-3. Bases are still loaded. It feels like they've been loaded forever. Roseboro looking to get out of it. Ball upstairs. When Roseboro has missed, he's missed up. So if he can just get on top of the ball just a little bit more, like that, as that one's popped up, should be infield fly. Wesley is under it to make the play either way. So Roseboro gets a second out, as is now the Lions' 3-hole batter coming up to the plate.
Well, we'll just get a little more baseball.
Roseboro trying to limit the damage. It's only 3 runs. 3 runs, while it might be in a close game, a lot, but not in this game, not in this contest, as there's ball 1 outside. The Vikings have built up enough of a cushion to where 3 runs isn't exactly the end of the world for them. The 1-0. Swinging hits a high fly ball into right field. That's going to be a tough play with the wind. Gunn and Webb talking. Webb is there to make the final out of the inning. A good communication play there between Gunn and Webb to get the final out of the top of the 4th. At the end of the 4th, at the end of the top of the 4th, it is 10-3 Vikings. Leading off here in the bottom of the fourth is number 19, the left fielder Bennett Reich. Reich is looking to continue having a good game. He's gotten on base a couple times. Takes ball one high. The 1-0 pitch to Bennett Reich. Ball low, 2-0. The 2-0. Swung on, topped to first base. Should be an easy play. Tags Reich for the first out of the bottom of the fourth.
Kid looks like a first baseman. Tall, lanky.
Now stepping in is Jacob Gunn. Gunn with his first at-bat of this game. He's had one
Number
other
12,
at-bat of this
Jacob
season.
Gunn.
Gunn replaced Isaiah White at second and is now hitting in the one hole. He waves and misses at the first pitch. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on, little flare out to short. 2 outs. Easy play for the shortstop. This is the quickest any inning has gone, especially for the Vikings.
Number 27, CJ Gales.
And another pinch hitter. We got CJ Gales in now for Rob Tate, the shortstop. He takes ball one upstairs. So now the Vikings have all of their non-seniors in this game with Heidelberg, Gales, and Roseboro. As Gales lines one down the left field line foul. Gales is definitely powerful enough to send one over the fence, but it's just a matter of getting bat on ball for him. The 1-1 pitch. As he waves and misses at a curveball in the dirt. Patience is a key thing when you're at the plate. Just picking out your pitch and going for it. But here's the 1-2 pitch to CJ Gales. Ball 2. Fastball low. TJ Stewart waits on deck, hoping to have Gales extend the inning to him. The 2-2. Ball 3, outside. So now a full count. Gales looking to start the Vikings 2-out rally with a full count walk or base hit. The full count pitch. So he swings and fouls one down the first base line. Just barely got a piece of that one. Ball 4. Gales takes a 2-out walk. And now TJ Stewart is up looking to extend this inning.
Number 7, Terrence Stewart.
Stewart taking over center field duties for Jason Ballard, who started the game out there. Stewart got on base last time as he takes ball 1 in the dirt. Gales is getting aggressive over there at first base, something you always like to see. Aggressive runners are usually good for the team that's batting, if they're fast, which Gales definitely is. The 1-0 in the dirt again, ball 2. 2-0. In there for strike one. Stewart looking to extend this inning to Caden Wesley as pickoff attempt to first is not in time. Gale slides back in there safely. Stewart had that sharp hit single to left field his last time up. 2-1. Gales is off to the races, and he's going to take second standing up, rather sliding. He didn't need to slide, but it's always nice to slide, have a little fun, get the uniform dirty, even though we're on turf. But the count is 3-1 on TJ Stewart. He's looking to drive in Gales from second. The 3-1. Fouled off his inner leg. Make sure everything's all right with him. Because with no shin protector, that can be a bit of a pain. He seems to be all right, though, which is always good. But that brings the count to a full 3-2. 3-2, 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. And he waves and misses at an off-speed pitch outside, and the Vikings, for the first time this game, put up no runs in a half inning. So at the end of the fourth inning, it's the Vikings 10 and the Lions 3. New pitcher on the mound for the Vikings, number 8, Nico Bilgi. Bilgi is usually a middle infielder, but he can also pitch too, as that one's in there for strike one. So he goes ahead on the batter, 0-1. Then he spikes a fastball, 1-1. So if you're just tuning in, David Anderson went 3 scoreless innings. Says there's ball 2. That looked good from up here. But David Anderson went 3 scoreless innings. Trent Roseborough pitched the top of the fourth, allowed 3 runs, and now Nico Bilgi is on the mound. And the Vikings are up 10-3. Ball 3 upstairs. The 3-1 pitch is high and outside. So a leadoff walk for the Lions. That's going to put a runner on first now. As Bilgi looking to settle in. This is his first pitching appearance of the season. He's a shortstop and third baseman. So he spikes a fastball and the runner takes off. Locker hesitates to throw it a bit as it bounced right back to him, but that's going to be a wild pitch And the runner moves up 90 feet to second base. The 1-0. Inside, ball 2. Bilgi looking for his control early on in this game. The 2-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. 2-1. Fastball at around the letters. Got him to chase. The 2-1 pitch. Outside, 3-1. A leadoff walk is never good, but 2 in a row is even worse. See if Bilgi can come back and get this guy. 3-1. Inside, ball 4. So 2 straight walks to lead off the inning for the Lions. Bilgi looking to settle in here. Get a few strikes over. There's 1. 0-1. Seems like a good time for a double play. We've been missing one all game, so it could happen right here. A slider was offered at, but held back. 1-1. If he can throw a outer thirds fastball, get a nice ground out to Caden Wesley, start a little 5-4-3 double play, that'd be nice. That's in there for strike 2. Or he could just strike him out. That would be even better. Bilgi is ahead in the count, 1-2. The pitch. Ground ball. Tate coming in, flips to Gunn at second. The throw to first. Got him! A double play, 6-4-3. That's 2 outs for the Vikings. A big double play, and now there's only a runner on third with 2 outs. So it wasn't the ground ball to Caden Wesley at third, but it was a ground ball to Rob Tate at short. And now Bilgi is looking to get out of this with no runs. First pitch is inside, just a tad bit inside. Didn't look too bad. Ball 2, outside and high. The 2-0 pitch. High again. 3-0. So while Bilgi got that double play, his control is faltering just a tiny bit. The 3-0. In there for strike 1. Probably was taken all the way, but it's good to get 1 in there, because 1 can turn into 2, and then 2 turns into 3. The 3-1 pitch. Fastball by him, strike 2. So now it's full count, 2 outs, runner on third. The Vikings lead 10-3 in the top of the 5th. Bilgi looking to escape this with no runs. And here's the pitch. Fastball outside. Oh, he loses him after battling back from 3-0 to a full count. Bilgi throws a outside fastball for ball 4. Now Locker giving the infielders the first and third play in case that runner on first tries to steal. I would imagine just throwing through and getting the out at second to end the inning. But here's the first pitch. In there for strike 1. Didn't look like the best pitch, but we'll take a strike. The 0-1 from Bilgi. Ooh, just a bit low. That looked pretty similar to that last pitch. Maybe a bit lower, but not too much. The 1-1. Swung on, little flare out to right field. Gunn is going to make the play. Hats are flying everywhere, but 3 outs have been made here in the top of the 5th. So in between the 5th inning, it is Vikings 10, Lions 3. Starting things off for the Vikings in the bottom of the 5th, it's Caden Wesley. As he takes ball 1 low and outside.
I don't know. I'm not sure if they're having games yet.
Vikings looking to end things early as 3 runs is slaughter rule, as it is the bottom of the 5th now. The 1-0, grounded to short, has time to make the play on Wesley, and he's going to be thrown out at first. So a hard hit ball, but right at the shortstop. Demir Heidelberg stepping into the plate right now, stepping into the box.
Number 31, Demir Heidelberg.
Strike 1 to Heidelberg, first pitch strike. The 0-1 pitch to Heidelberg. Check swing did not go, ball 1. The 1-1. Curveball low and away. Demir wanted no part of that. So now he's ahead in the count, 2-1. The pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, right field. Right fielder camped under it, and he will make the play. So for the second inning in a row, the Vikes start off with 2 outs. Let's see if Nate Locker can spark the offense to score in the bottom of the 5th. Didn't get any in the bottom of the 4th.
Number 14, Nate Locker.
The pitch. Locker hits one high in the air to left field. That wind might be a factor. Talking, and it's going to fall. Locker is going to be on second with a double. Nobody touched it, so that's going to be a double in the books for Nate Locker. That wind definitely playing a factor out there as it fell untouched between the left fielder and center fielder. So now Chris Webb has a runner on second with 2 outs looking to drive him in. And
Number 23, Chris Webb.
Elijah Rainey is going to take over as the courtesy runner for the catcher, Nate Locker, on second. So now Chris Webb looking to do some damage, extend this lead, get it back out to where it once was. As he takes ball 1 inside, and Elijah is going to take third easily on the wild pitch. It was more of a pass ball. It hit the catcher's glove. Webb ahead in the count now, 1-0. A pitch. Bounced for ball 2. You wonder, since this is Webb's first action of the year, that's why he's stayed in the game so long with other players being subbed out, as he waves and misses at a fastball. 2-1. But just getting extra looks at him, seeing if the coaches see something they like. But the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, hit out to center field. Center fielder at the wall is going to be under it for out number 3. So that ball was hit very hard, but unfortunately right at the center fielder. So that's going to do it for the Vikings in the bottom of the 5th. At the end of 5, it is the Vikings 10 and the Lions 3. Bilgi is back out there to start the bottom of the 5th, and he throws a ball to start off the at-bat. 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on. In the air. Behind home. Really high. Locker is under it to catch out number 1. A high fly ball behind home plate.
My dad, Gordon. Turn the other way, Dad. Oh.
But the Vikes get 1 out on 1 pitch. No, 2 pitches, excuse me. But now the Vikings are up 7 as they were in previous innings. The pitch, low, ball 1. Bilgi has struggled with command a bit in this game, but he's been effective. Ball 2. He's gotten a few ground balls, a few pop-ups. 2-0. Fouled back 2-1. It was off the end of the bat. Looked to be really out in front of that.
It's just been like, he's calling a lot of balls.
The 2-1 pitch. Swung on. It's the exact same play. More towards third. Caden Wesley calling for it, and it's going to fall foul. Wesley overran it and had to come back quickly, and it just fell right behind him. But that is a strike, as the count is now even 2-2.
What they have over there is like, we should, I don't think that works for football.
The 2-2 from Bilgi. Looking to punch him out. Curveball low. That's going to bring the count to a full 3-2. The full count pitch swung on and fouled back. Right off the bricks. Bilgi can get his own foul ball. Comes right back to him. The full count. Fouled back again. Just barely got a piece of that. Again, off the tip of the end of the bat. The full count pitch for our third time. Fastball by him. Strike 3. 2 outs now for the Vikings in the top of the 6th. Excuse me. Forgot what inning it was. But Bilgi, two straight outs. Looking to work a clean 6th inning. A 1-2-3. First pitch is grounded to Gunn at second base. Up with it. Throws it over to first for an easy 1-2-3 inning for Bilgi. So in the middle of the 6th inning, it's the Vikings 10 and the Lions 3. The DH Luke Griggs starts us off for the Vikings in the bottom of the 6th. And here's the pitch. Swung on, hit in the air to left field. Left fielder going back on it. At the track at the wall. And did that get out? I don't think it did. It did not. It's gonna be a little league home run. No, not a home run, a triple, as that ball landed inside the field, but then Griggs thought that it was out, so he was starting he thought that the left fielder caught it, so he was starting to jog back to the dugout, So then he had to hustle up to second, and then the shortstop threw the ball away. So
Left fielder number 19, Ben Wright.
So Vikings have a runner on third and nobody out. That's probably going to go double E7 in the book, or maybe E6. Either way, Griggs put a charge into that one. Let's see if Bennett can drive him in. That's a ball low.
I was there. Learn how to run the scoreboard.
Oh, okay.
The 1-0 to Reich. Swings and misses. 1-1. Any sort of ball in play here should do the job. Griggs definitely has wheels, so even a sac fly into shallow outfield could do the job. As that ball's lined right back up the middle. Return to sender. As Bennett Reich hits a hard hit single right back up the middle. And that's going to plate one as the Vikings take an 11-3 lead over the Lions.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
The Vikings now have an 8-run lead.
12, Jacob Gunn.
Yes, it is.
Jacob Gunn now stepping into the box. Gunn takes strike one.
Did you pitch? What position you play?
I pitched for a while. I didn't.
A home run here, I believe, would end the game as a 13-3 mercy rule, as it is 10 after 5. So, Gunn is the winning run. He's behind in the count 1-0. Excuse me. Ahead in the count 1-0 as he flares one into right field. Trouble. As that's going to fall behind the first baseman. And everybody's going to be safe. A little bloop shot single for Jacob Gunn. And now the man who hit the home run in the first inning, Robert Tate, is stepping into the plate.
Shortstop number 2, Robert Tate.
You've seen that he has the power to leave the yard. But now can he just put bat on ball? A home run here, again, would end it. Here's the pitch. Ooh, curveball. Got him over for strike one.
Twitter's all over your Iowa basketball site. Saying she's the number 1 flopper in basketball.
Who's that?
The 0-1 pitch to Tate.
One flopper?
Everyone she never touched it.
Swung on, lined into left center field. That's going to get down. Griggs is going to get waved home, and Gunn is going to get held up at third. A no-out double for Robert Tate, and he has 2 extra base hits on the day, a double and a home run.
Which one you talking about? Caitlin?
So now the winning run
Number
is
7,
only 90 feet away.
Terrence Stewart.
So now if TJ Stewart can just put the ball in play, this game should be over.
Yeah. Well, they got a lot more, 2 or 3 other gals that are super too.
Runners in scoring position for the Vikings. Nobody out. So a good opportunity to end it as Stewart swings and misses at strike one.
They barely got by Georgia, but they got by him.
Yeah. The assist she's got too. That's real. This is.
Stewart behind in the count, 0-1. Fouls one back over our head.
Oh, is that right? He's seen?
Stewart behind 0-2 in the count. Looking to end this game for the Vikings as he takes ball one outside. The 1-2 to Stewart. Held up, did not go 2-2.
Who's in there doing it?
The 2-2. 2-2 on Stewart.
Sometimes they have a student in there too. Like last year, Joe Sullivan, or the year before.
Swung on. popped up on the infield. Second baseman is under it for out number 1. So Stewart cannot drive gun in from third. But now Caden Wesley steps up to the dish. And he can absolutely end it right here.
Third baseman, number 11, Caden Wesley.
And the first pitch to Wesley. Swung on, grounded toward short. And that should do the job as Wesley grounds out and scores another run for the Vikings, as that is going to be 13-3 mercy rule. So the Vikings take the win over the Lions 13-3. Winning pitcher is David Anderson, who went 3 scoreless. And the Vikings win 13-3. So from everybody here at Viking Baseball, I'm Dylan Barnes. I want to thank you for tuning in. Our next game is Thursday on tomorrow. And it'll be broadcasted same time, same place. So don't go anywhere, folks. Have a good night.